Whoa-ha! Welcome to our Halloween lab.
Yes. Thanks
Scientist
for coming.
Tune, do you have a fun experiment to try today?
I have an awesome experiment. Are you ready, scientists? Yeah. So I heard from a little witch that you guys have been talking about animal adaptations.
We have been talking about animal adaptations, and I heard from a little goblin that you guys have been talking about animal adaptations and plant adaptation.
Yes.
So cool.
Yeah, so today's experiment is going to be about animal adaptations, specifically birds and their beaks. So you should have some of these supplies at you. You should have
house. Just keep going, it's fine.
You should have some of these supplies with you at home. Let's go over the supplies that you will need to do this bird's beak experiment. You're gonna need some sunflower seeds and without the shell, so just the little kernels. You'll need some craft sticks, 2 spoons, some paper clips, some uneaten M&Ms, some water in some sort of container, a little dropper, clothespin, macaroni noodles. Mwaha.
Oh, and Mrs. Tune, don't forget, the sunflower seeds are also kind of like a nut. So if you do have a nut allergy, make sure that you ask a grown-up at home first whether or not you can touch the nuts. And if you can't, then just toss them and see if you can use something different. And then also with the M&Ms, these ones are not editable. That means that they're not, you can't eat them. Don't eat these M&Ms. You guys have bags of M&Ms at home. We're not eating this. It's been mixed in with all your science stuff, so it's not good to eat, okay?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for the reminder. You're also going to need a recording sheet to record your results of this experiment. So let's go ahead and get started. I have scientist Goebel here. She is going to be our student for today and show you exactly what you're going to do. So I went ahead and lined up all of our little testing supplies for this experiment, and we're gonna go in order and explain each step of this experiment, okay? So with your recording sheet, you have 4 different types of birds that you are going to pretend to be today, okay? So these craft sticks are like a crow's beak. So you're pretending to be a crow when you use these craft sticks.
Caw-caw!
Yes.
No, is that a crow?
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect. Kind of like Halloween. Crows remind me of Halloween.
for sure.
And then you have 2 spoons. You're going to pretend to be a shoebill. Do you know what this is?
I don't know what a shoebill says.
So we're gonna have to look that up. And then you have clothespin, which is like a seagull. You for sure know what a seagull is.
Yeah.
And then you have your dropper, which is like a hummingbird. So when you're using each of these, I want you to put that picture in your mind of each of those birds and think about it as you're picking up each of these items. You are going to time yourself. Let's start out, for example, with our crow. You are going to time yourself for 1 minute. So you can have an adult in your house set a timer for you. You can set an Alexa if you have one, or you can put it on your phone, any way you want to set a timer for 1 minute. In that 1 minute, you are going to start with your sunflower seeds. You're going to see how many you can pick up and move to a different location in 1 minute. Do you want to show us how it's done?
Yes.
All right,
Tell me when
let's
to
go.
go.
Ready? Go. Ooh, look at that. So it's almost like she's only moving 1 seed each time. Awesome. And I'll cut your time off right there. So just off the top of your head, was that like pretty easy or?
It was kind of tricky.
Yeah.
It's kind of like using chopsticks almost.
Okay, perfect. So then using the same bird beak, still a crow, you're gonna go on to your next item, which is paper clips. This is like fish. We're gonna pretend the paper clips are fish. So we're gonna see how easy it is for the crow to pick up fish.
Oh, this is much easier. Oh, maybe not. They're slimy, like fish.
Yeah, perfect. It's like we did that on purpose or something. Perfect. And then the next thing is M&Ms. M&Ms are like grubs. So they're different kind of like little earth bugs and worms. That's what we're thinking of with the M&Ms. Are you ready to try that?
Yep.
Scientist Global?
Yep. Ooh. Oh, look, I have to use one. It's a little balancing act here.
Whoa.
All right.
Interesting. Okay, and then the next one is the little tub of water, which is like nectar. So think about nectar from a plant.
This is going to be difficult.
Doesn't seem like you're getting anything
No.
done there, Scientist
No, I think I might
Global.
starve if I was a crow and I
Yeah.
was eating nectar.
That would be a problem. And then the very last thing, the macaroni would be like little snails on the ground.
Okay.
So let's see how that works.
Well, the snails give me a little bit more to grab onto because of the shape. So that's kind of nice.
So we went through each one as a crow. So then you would move on to your next animal, which was the spoons, and it's the shoebill. And then you would go down and do the same thing for the shoebill, and then move on to your seagull, and then on to your hummingbird. And you're using this recording sheet. Yes.
I have a question. So do I, every single time I do one, do I write down how many I get on the paper?
Yes.
Got
Every
it.
single time. You have 1 minute, and when you're finished with the minute, you're gonna record, I was a crow and I picked up 2 sunflower seeds, or I was a crow and I got 1 paperclip. Whatever results you get, you're going to record on your recording sheet right away so you don't forget.
It's a really good way to compare and contrast too.
Yes, great point. At the end, it would be super fun to talk to an adult or even a sibling about what you thought. Which of the birds do you think has the easiest time getting food, and which might have the hardest time getting food?
Great.
Yeah.
Well, now's a good time to pause the video to go do your bird's beak experiment. But when you're done with that, come on back because we have another experiment to show you another way an animal has some adaptations. Welcome back, scientists! Hello,
Yay!
Scientist Toon. All right, today we're going to be talking about penguins. And as you know, what color are penguins?
Black and white.
They're black and white, which you might think that's not really camouflage because it's not like the animals that we're thinking of, but they actually are camouflage.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
You will after today. Okay, so here's what you need. If you have a colored stick already, that's white on one side and black on another, you're gonna grab that. That's your penguin. If your stick is not colored, that's fine. You can just use a colored, either a crayon or a pencil or a marker and color one side black, right? Now that you have your penguin, I'm gonna use Scientist Toon as my student. And the other thing that you're gonna need is a clear box that has water in it, okay? So Scientist Toon, you're going to take this. Now, usually when penguins are swimming in the ocean, are they swimming with their bellies down or their backs down?
Usually with their bellies down.
Right, just like people, right? So you're gonna wanna put their belly down. So we're gonna pretend this is the ocean.
Alrighty,
Go
and when
ahead.
I think of a penguin with their belly down, the belly is usually white. So the white part is gonna go down.
All right, so now our penguin is floating on top of our ocean surface. I'm gonna very carefully lift this up. Might be a good idea if you did this experiment outside, just in case you got a little wet. Now we're gonna lift this up and tell me what you see.
Wow, it's almost hard to pick out where the penguin is floating because it's blending in with the surroundings up top.
That is called a blended belly. Now, let's take a look at, the blended belly might help a penguin with the predators that are below, right? Like sharks or other animals that live in the ocean that would feed on a penguin. But did you also know that there are some animals that can come in above them and feed on them, like big birds and to small penguins? So you're gonna take your box and you're gonna put it over a dark surface, because if you've ever been to the ocean and you've been pretty deep and you look down, you can't see through the water. So you're gonna put this on either a dark surface table or a dark surface carpet.
We
And
have
then
a
you're
dark
gonna look
carpet.
We do have a dark carpet. And then you're gonna look down on it and see if that black back of it blends in. All right, go ahead.
Wow, can you see that?
Barely.
Barely. That's incredible. I had no idea.
Well, this is a really good experiment for camouflage, even when you don't think it's actually camouflaged. It is.
That is so cool. I love finding out new things, and especially I thought I knew about camouflage and now I learned something new.
Well, this was a great experiment, both of these today, on animal adaptations and what makes them special and unique and how to survive in their environment. Thanks so much. See you next time.
See you next time.